All right. So it's finally the day to start getting some stuff in boxes. As someone who regularly does this, packing is a workout. In the process, you'll be using all major muscle groups and some that you don't use on a regular basis. Please, if you are under the supervision of medical professionals, adhere to their advice when you're considering new activity. Like all sports, the first key to great performance is warming up and doing some stretches. Now, if you have the ability to, take a quick walk, pumping your arms as you go to get your blood flowing. Those of you unable to take a walk and join in on the stretching activities with everybody else afterwards. Please note that if you feel any pain, you should cease the activity. Another way to accommodate the changes in your body is to realize that you need to set limits on the time that you are packing before you start. If you need to, set a timer or set an alarm clock. It's easy to get in the zone and get carried away with how much you are doing. If you set yourself up to chip away at the task in bits rather than trying to do it all at once, you have a greater chance for staying healthy and achieving your goals and not getting injured in the process. Now, some of you are hoping to completely pack yourselves, though I hope you give WayForth the opportunity to show you the difference in using a quality move management service. But if you're planning on having somebody help you with packing, I would recommend that you focus your packing on items of a sensitive nature, such as personal pictures or documents. Other great packing opportunities for you include things like extra towels and linens, off-season clothing that doesn't need to be hung, or decor that isn't fragile. I highly recommend that you leave any fragile or delicate items to packing professionals for the best chance of preservation. WayForth, like other moving companies, does not insure the contents of boxes that were not packed by us. We extend a complimentary $15,000 of insurance to every move that we execute. So with this kind of protection, it makes more sense for you to leave these items that are more fragile and delicate to us while we're packing them. Another great tip for packing is to not pack heavy boxes. I know that it's tempting to grab a storage tote and empty the contents of your bookshelves into them because you get it done quickly. But once you've loaded all of those books into a storage tote and you bend over and you try to pick it up, there's your first chance of injury in that strain of picking up that tote. Once you realize how heavy that thing is, chances are that it's going to be staying exactly where you loaded it, which now has become a tripping hazard. We pack our boxes into 1.5 cubic feet small boxes. A small box that we use that's fully loaded with books weighs 50 pounds. I am unaware of the exact weight of a fully packed storage tote, but I do know that my movers are very unhappy when they see stacks of totes that are full of books. While you are paying for a moving service, please do consider the physical health of those doing the heavy lifting as well. And also, just speaking to loading and unloading bookshelves, when you're working on your bookshelves, especially if they have not been mounted to the wall, please make sure to unload them from the top down. That meaning that you're taking all the weight off the highest parts, moving down to the bottom. And conversely, when you're loading a bookshelf, that you're starting at the bottom and loading up. That way we're moving away from the possibility of a bookshelf becoming over heavy at the top and falling on you. After you've packed a few boxes, it's important for you to stage those boxes out of the way. So get them out of your walking path so they don't become tripping hazards, especially the cautionary tale of my client from before. Boxes in the way become a chance for a trip or a fall. And then finally, don't stack boxes higher than your shoulders. If you're packing by something, boxes, especially if they're of unequal heights, as you stack them, have the ability to become unbalanced. And if you start putting things that are up over your head, if one of those box towers was to collapse, it could do some serious damage if you were underneath it. So just be cognizant of that as you're unloading those, or as you're staging those boxes out of the way.